What is up, dudes and dudettes? I'm back at it again, but this time I am with Senior Mutant Ninja Tortoise. Now, this time we've seen this type of art style before, and then the second art style with the different species, which is this is the concept art, and then get ready for the third one, but it's enlarged. So, get ready for this. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! The new drawing, well, actually, the third drawing of the Senior Mutant Ninja Tortoise. So yeah, they're still in the different species of tortoises rather than turtles, just like Rise of the TMNT. And so, yeah, look at that. It's way different than it's way different than the concept art that I did like months ago. So, let's get on to the tortoises. So here we have Leonardo, who is a Salcata tortoise. And he's holding the Hattori Hanzo swords rather than the katanas, because, heck, why not? So he wields the Hattori Hanzo swords, and he has a blue belt, and the color-coordinated wraps and knee pads around his knees. And here's his mouth, okay? Here's his mouth, and I looked at the Salcata tortoise, and then drew Leo, but this time with a different mouth, and all the turtles are having the skull cap bandanas, just like in the concept art right here. So, we're gonna take a look at Leonardo right now. So I already did. So, he has like blue wraps around his fingers. And let me just compare him to the awesome drawing. Like, here's the concept art and here's the real drawing. Like the third drawing, to be honest. Okay, so here we have Leo. So I drew him with all this type of different stuff, right? This with a blade, and by the way, there's still heroes in a full shell rather than a half shell, and compared to this, we got this. So this is way different than the concept art. So yeah, his shell is a lot more, well, maybe a little bit medium, I believe. This one here is kind of large. Well, this one is medium, and yeah, and I drew his shell to make it like a full shell. That's why he's coming out with a little bit of the edges coming out from the shell, because he's a Salcata. And so, yeah, here's Leonardo. Oh, and by the way, all the turtles have little wrinkles around their top mouths. So yeah, just to notify. So here is Leonardo for ya. Now here's Raphael. Now, oh my gosh, I had to put some thought into it and it worked. So yeah, I did the redrawing of Raph. So this, like I said, this is the third drawing. So he's gray, just like in the concept art, and his plastron is dark gray. And the shell, like the back of the shell, is also dark gray as well, because that for this part right here, I had to like make it a little bit darker so people can see. So I used a marker to trace these plates over the shell, just for people to see. And I drew him with a big old size. And also here's his backup weapon, the tonfas, just like in the in the concept art, like he's holding the tonfa right here. Well, here's his backup weapon, the sai. And he has like red wrappings around his toes, just like the concept art. And the belt is just knotted, just little tassels just hanging out. And so, in his skull cap bandana, well, this time I didn't actually draw with the silver scrunchie that holds the tassels of the bandana. Yeah, so it's like way in the back of his bandana, so yeah. But on the side view, maybe I'll do that again. So yeah, here is Raphael, and he has two little wrinkles on the front part of his on the top part of his mouth. And he's sporting his red color just like Leo, like all of them are. All the tortoises are. And knee pads. Yeah. And here's Raphael. Oh, by the way, to the tonfas, I put little bits of wood grains on there, so they're just wooden. And next here is Donatello. So with the different design that I did, okay, he looks a bit different. So yeah, he looks way different than the original concept art that I did. So the bow staff is still the same colors. Okay, so I did something with with his right arm, and that is with the wraps around, like wraps going around his arm. So I did something like a little bit different, and still has his goggles, but these lenses are white, while these are like purple. And he still has that bandolier strap, that purple bandolier strap. And with the full shell, I did something different with the shell. Like, literally, look at that. It looks like he is a hero in a full shell. And so I did something with the belt, the bandolier strap belt. And I put a little bit of a buckle right over here. And his tassels to signalize that it is knotted. Well, maybe it's not knotted. Maybe it could be kind of like Leo's belt, like this. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I painted Leonardo rather than just using marker. But anyways, here's Donatello, and he has like a dark tan type of brown. So yeah, he is a desert tortoise. Yeah. Oh, and Raphael's a Galapagos tortoise, by the way, if you guys didn't remember, just in case. Raph, Galapagos, Leo, Salcata, and Donnie the desert tortoise. So yeah. And last but not least, the party dude, Michelangelo. Now, with him, he looks a bit different than the concept art. So I didn't draw the necklace. That's different. So yeah. And here's the skull cap bandana. And the wraps going around his arms. Kind of like that. And his knee pads. Well, his knee wraps, I believe. It could be knee pads, but I would prefer to them as knee wraps. And also his ankle wraps, I didn't draw them, but they're like right behind Raph. And so his full shell, I did something really different. So his belly is a lot more yellow than the one that kind of looks tan. And he still has the red dots. I put it like orange red type of polka dots. It's because he's a red-footed tortoise. And yeah, so I did something with the shell. And then like this Mikey, he looks like, Mikey looks pretty clean. So, yeah, in this one, he looks pretty clean. And, oh, and by the way, he is wielding the Tribo Chuck. Yeah, the reason why I call it that is because, like, if I call it, like, the 3-section staff, and it's similar to Dunny's weapon, that would be just throwing people off, but whatevs. It's kind of like a nunchuck, but it's in 3 sections, like Michelangelo with this 3-section staff, or should I say Tribo Chuck. I would like to call it a Tribo Chuck, it's because, heck, I like it. So, yeah, and his handles, the handles are like, these handles are a lot more like brighter orange rather than these ones, because they're a lot more red-orange. But overall, his expression is still good. He still has the little wrinkles on the top of his mouth, and I drew his teeth. They're a lot more clean than the concept art. So, there you go. Here is the final drawing of the Senior Mutant Ninja Tortoises, or Senior Mutant Ninja Tortoise. So, like I said, here's the first one, then the second one, and here's the third one. So let me just put it in a group portrait, and let me just stand the shell up. As you can see, these are 3 of the Senior Mutant Ninja Tortoise drawings. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of the illustration that I did of the Senior Mutant Ninja Tortoise, or should I say SMNT, if I should say. And by the way, here was in a full shell to the power. I don't know. So, until next time, dudes, COWABUNGA!